else. If any members of the media don't get what you need, let me know. Jim Horton is also here. He can help facilitate any interviews, one-on-one or otherwise, when we're done here. But with that, it's my pleasure to introduce UTC Chancellor, Dr. Steve Engel.
Well, thank you all for being here. This is an exciting day for University of Tennessee at Chattanooga and for our mock football. Athletics is the front door to our university. It's a way that many of our community members get to know our campus and see the outstanding programs that we have, the wonderful students. And we have a tradition of striving for excellence in all we do. And football is no stranger to that. So as we looked at where we were, as Russ Huseman decided to move on, we were in a wonderful position because Russ did an incredible job and built a great program. And he set the stage for us to be able to recruit an outstanding coach to come and lead us forward. And David Blackburn, you know, this is less than a week. I can't tell you how many people have been talked to and interviewed and references checked, but I think he's probably slept just a few hours in the last week. But all that hard work is paid off with a wonderful match that we will introduce here today. So thank you for being here. I want to welcome David Blackburn, our athletic director, who led this search effort.
I want to thank you, Dr. Engel, for those kind words. And today's about you guys. It's a big moment in time, a very special moment in time. We want to thank all of you guys for being here, and we would not be here if it wasn't for our fans and our donors and our supporters, and that's going to continue to grow, but it's been there for a while, and that's a large part of why we are where we are at this special moment in time for the progress of Chattanooga football as we move forward, and we're excited. And we're here today to introduce the leader of that coming up. First, I want to thank Dr. Engel and the campus administration for providing what we needed in terms of conduits to ways to progress, whether it be financial or getting a contract done or getting travel and all kinds of a plethora of ways to assist. We could not be more grateful. I want to thank the athletics department staff members, the members that helped do so much research and effort to make this happen, and that should not be taken lightly. I'm a small part of that. There's so many people that did it. Again, thanks to everybody that cares about what we're doing. And what gets forgotten in this are our student athletes that have been before us, and those that are on our various teams, and specifically today in regards to football. So that's important. Dr. Engel mentioned something very important about Coach Huseman. This is the first time I've had a chance to publicly thank him, his staff, and all the players that he had recruited, student athletes previously. Many are on the team today, and many are here today. But what Coach Huseman did was phenomenal and amazing, and brought us really, really forward to a very high ceiling. But we've not reached the ceiling yet. But he's afforded us the chance to get there. And we're so grateful for him and wish him nothing but the best. He handled everything with class and dignity, and everybody has, and our student athletes have. And it's a testament to what he's done and did do. Led us to where we are today. And that helped make this a very attractive job as we went out and researched prior to going out, vetting through tons of people and film and things that matter, and we're very appreciative. Coach Tom Arth, grateful that he's here, grateful that he took the job. He's a leader, first and foremost. He leads. And you all heard me say, I think all problems are leadership problems at the end of the day. And he owns it, and he's a leader. To anyone he's around, mostly his family, got a beautiful family. I'm going to let him introduce them. They mean the most to him. But to anybody he comes in contact with, you'll find out that he's a leader with dignity and character, class. And he's going to lead our institution, our student athletes, and be prominent on campus and in the community. Very important. He and his staff are going to focus on our student athletes and how they attain success and teach them what good looks like. And you'll hear that term a lot. That's one of the things that we connect on. He's a man of character and integrity. I thought that's very important. Doesn't mean he's perfect. I'm not perfect. No one in this room is perfect. But he does care, and he tries, and he owns whatever he does, and that means a lot. Coach Arth is an outstanding coach. He was just recently named this year's National Coach of the Year, Division III National Coach of the Year. He's a former NFL quarterback. He comes to us from John Carroll University, some very famous alums from there, and he may get into that later. His record over the past 4 years has been 40-8, and he knows how to do that. He's been around great football coaches, great football players, and he's been a sponge. He's absorbed it. He's been a part of it, and that's important as he's learned the hard way, the right way, through very cerebral intent and effort, and very bright. He knows what good looks like. And I said that before. We connected immediately with him on that, and he identified with us on that, and that's important to know. And the world today has a lot of options, but to be successful, there really are very few. And you have to do certain things fundamentally well, and those are common things done uncommonly well, and that is critical, and he can do that. He'll bring UTC football to a very, very high level. And again, much thanks to Russ Huesman and his staff and all those student athletes before and those now that have afforded the opportunity for us, for him, and for you guys to do that. He has a great vision and a great plan to help our student athletes be equipped for success, and that's our mission statement. And that doesn't mean win football games only. It covers a plethora of their life so that they can know what good looks like and be successful. Without any more words from me, I would like for you to please welcome the next football coach, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, Coach Tom Arth.
Thank you. Thank you, David, for those wonderful remarks. This is an incredible honor. This is a humbling experience to look out into this room and to see so many people who care so much about this university and about this football program. I am so grateful to have this opportunity to address you as the head football coach of the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Let me start, if I could, take a moment to introduce the most important people in the world, to me, the most important people in my life. I'm so grateful that they're all here, although Lizzie, our year-and-a-half-year-old, is, I think, out in the hallway, but she is here, and I know this was difficult for my wife to do this, and we got Patrick down here clapping, for everything, but that's what makes him so special. But for them to be here today, for my whole family to be here, is just making this moment all the more special for me, and I'm so grateful for them to be here and go through this with me. So I would first like to introduce my beautiful wife, Lauren. She's the most selfless and giving person I know. Then we have our five incredible children, Caroline, Tommy, Kate, Patrick, and Lizzie, who is out in the hall. I hope you all know I hope you all know how much I love you and how much I appreciate you guys supporting me. Thank you so much to all the members of the media who are here today. Your support means so much to us, and looking forward to getting the opportunity to get to know each of you, and would like to make our program as accessible as we possibly can for all of you. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you also to our Chancellor, Dr. Steve Angle, our Athletic Director, David Blackburn, our Associate AD, Scott Altizer, Jay Blackman, Rob Robinson, and the entire staff that has just gone above and beyond to make me feel so incredibly comfortable. So amazing the way that I've been welcomed, and just so excited for the opportunities that this place will bring to my family and I. Your leadership throughout this process, the vision for UTC and for our football program is incredible, and it's an inspiration to me. To all the people who believe so strongly in the blue and gold, who support our school, who support our football program, thank you. Thank you so much for everything that you do. I've had the opportunity to meet with some of you this morning. Look forward to meeting with many more this afternoon and in the days and weeks to come. But what you do, the way that what Chattanooga means to all of you is truly an inspiration to me. I would also like to thank Coach Russ Huseman for leaving such an incredible legacy of success and such an incredible tradition of success on this campus. Coach and his staff did an incredible job recruiting. They did an incredible job instilling so many important values in our football team. And I have the great honor and the great obligation to not only uphold those standards, but to improve on them and to build on them. And that is something that I am so excited to do. And I believe you win with people. I believe you win with people of character, of people with intellect, and of people of talent. And I think that's what's so exciting to me about being here at the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, is that you can go out and you can recruit an incredible person. You can go recruit people that not only are going to be great football players for you, but they're also going to be great students. But at the end of the day, they're going to make the decision to come to this school because of what this place can do for them, because of the opportunities that they're going to have, the experiences that they're going to have in the classroom, on the field, in the community. They're going to shape their lives and are going to allow them to go out into the world and to be successful and to be leaders and to make an impact and to make a difference in the world. That's what's inspiring to me, and that's what I know that this school represents. That's what I know this football program represents, and that's what I want to keep building on. We talk a lot in our program, about what it means, to be successful, and the type of people that you need to have in your program are so important in all of that. And this school will give us the opportunity to recruit people who understand that it's going to be more than just football. It's more than just themselves. It's about the big picture. It's about representing your school. It's about representing the tradition of your football program. And those are the types of individuals that you win with. Those are the types of individuals when it gets tough, and it's going to get tough. There's going to be tough moments, but those are the people that you can count on. Those are the people that you can rely on to show up and lead and fight with their whole heart. And that's something that's really important to me. I talk a lot about will. I talk a lot about the importance of will and the difference between willing and wanting. You see, everybody wants to be successful. Every football team in America wants to win a national championship. The problem is there's only a few with the will to see that through. And I think that's so critical, and I think that's so important, because to want something requires nothing. Requires absolutely nothing. It requires no commitment. It requires no sacrifice. But to will, that takes investment. That takes sacrifice. That takes action. And when you've made those sacrifices and when you've acted and you've made that commitment, then you're going to fight. As I mentioned, when it's tough, right, when your back's up against the wall and you've made that sacrifice and you have that will, you're going to fight. And that's the vision that I have for the Mocs football program, is to be a group that's committed to that standard of excellence, to be a group that believes in each other, that believes in themselves, and a group that's going to go out there and with a tireless will to compete and to perform to the best of their ability every single day. That is our vision, that is our way, and that is the Mock way. So thank you so much for welcoming me to Chattanooga. This is an incredible place, just learning about it, but so excited to be here along with my family, and excited to get started and continue to represent your school as well as I possibly can. Thank you.
All right, we'll go ahead and open it up with questions here to start with. Bibi, go ahead.
BB Branton, Chattanooga.com.
Hi, Bibi.
2 or 3 items that you looked at and said, this is where I want to be.
Well, number one, as I mentioned, it was the school. You know, when I researched the university, was understanding what the academic programs are about, what the offering is, because as somebody who has to go into homes and has to look parents in the eye, I need to know, and I need to be confident that when I recruit their sons to come to the University of Tennessee at Chattanooga, that I am able to do that confidently and know that no matter what happens on the football field, that these individuals are going to be prepared for life, and they're going to be prepared for success when they graduate, so they can go out into the world and they can be successful and they can be leaders. So that, number one, was the most important thing to me. Number two is the people. And, you know, as I mentioned, you know, meeting David and meeting his staff at the interview process, you know, within those first few minutes, I knew there's something special happening here. This is an incredible group of people that have a very clear vision of what they see in the success of this football program and what the future holds in this football program. And I knew that you know, I was going to be going to a place where I was going to have the opportunity you know, to not only make an impact, but an opportunity where I was going to go and have a chance to learn from some really incredible people. You know, and finally, I would say the quality of the program, the quality of the student athletes, you know, the tradition of success, understanding that this is a school, that this is a football program where you don't have to set your goals at anything but to be the best. And that's what I believe in. That's what I want to talk to our players about, is being the best that they can be. You know, my goal as a coach, our goal as a coaching staff is going to be to bring a national championship to Chattanooga. That is a goal, and I believe a reality, and something that we will work tirelessly for every single day within our football program. But, you know, I know there's, you know, some players in the room, and, you know, I appreciate you guys being here, and hopefully get a chance to say hello to everybody that's here. But, you know, what you need to understand is, you know, we're not ever going to put that on you. You know, that's not our players' responsibility. Their responsibility is to go out there and give us everything that they have. Their responsibility is to go out there and to fight and to be the best that they can be and to work together and to be a team and to commit to doing that every single day, not just on Saturdays, not just on the football field, but in everything they do in life. And our job as coaches is going to be to go out and recruit those type of players. And there's a lot of them that are already here. You know, I know that. But when you know, we're going to go out and recruit those type of players that when they give that type of effort, when they play together in that way, that national championships are what's to be expected. That is our goal, and you know, our players are going to go out there and give everything that they have, you know, to help bring that to fruition.
Yes, Rick Nyman, WDEF-TV in Chattanooga.
Hi,
Any
Rick.
apprehensions jumping from D3 to FCS, or is football football?
Yeah, football is definitely football, and you know, no apprehensions at all in that regard. You know, I think if you know anything about me, and what you know, I hope you all learn about me, is that there is nobody in the world that is more competitive than me. There is nobody you know, that takes more pride in doing things the right way and doing them the best that you can. And I am so excited for that challenge. I am, you know, humbled by that challenge, but I am ready for that challenge, and I look forward to that challenge. And I know that we got the right group of players, we got the right support, we have the right facilities that, you know, we're going to be able to meet that head on and be very, very successful.
John Madewell, News Channel 9 Sports. Have you been able to put together a recruiting plan for in the immediate geographical area?
We are working on that as we're finalizing our staff, but the most important thing to me is going to be the state of Tennessee. Initially, I think that's something that was so critical to take care of your home, and that's something that I've done in the past. Is really trying to control the areas that were most near and dear to our hearts. And I know that's in Tennessee. I know there's great ball in Tennessee, but you look in Georgia, and in Atlanta, in South Georgia, down in Alabama, there's just so much great football here. That's another reason why this is such an exciting opportunity, is because you don't have to go very far. Chattanooga is located in such an incredible place. You're so close to so many hotbeds of high school football around the country, and particularly, obviously, in the South, that we're not going to have to go very far to go find the right players that fit our program and fit what we're looking for.
Paul Shaheen, Channel 3 Sports.
Hi, Paul.
How you doing?
Great.
I guess first question, you mentioned your staff. Is that complete? How close is it to complete?
We're working on it. We're getting very close. As has been mentioned previously, this has been an incredibly fast process and a very efficient process, and done at an exceptionally high level. And we are nearly there. We are working out some final details, and maybe one or two positions that we're still looking to fill. But the core of the staff is essentially in place, and just waiting on all the final confirmations of that.
And secondly, with the team, I know, like you mentioned, this did happen fast for you. Have you had a chance to look at the makeup of the team and what you returned, because there was a lot of talent that left?
Yeah, and I think that happens every year in a great program. And what makes a great program is the ability of the coaching staff to go out and recruit. And when you are one of the most successful teams in the country, you're going to graduate some of the best players in the country year in and year out. And that's the challenge in it all. But I think that's what makes coaching so important, and recruiting so important, is that you need to be certain that you have the right guys coming up through the program, and they're going to be prepared, and that you're going to have developed that will be ready to meet that challenge head on.
WDYN Radio. What things did you take away from being around Peyton Manning?
Boy, I took a lot. I took a lot away. I mean, I got notebooks full of everything that I've learned from Peyton. I spent the 2003, 2004, and 2005 seasons with the Indianapolis Colts, and sitting in the quarterback room with Peyton Manning, but also with Jim Caldwell, who's now the head coach with the Detroit Lions. Tom Moore, one of the all-time greatest offensive coordinators in the history of game. And Tony Dungy, by the way, used to sit in the quarterback meetings all the time. So, you think about those individuals, let alone Peyton, that I had the opportunity to be in an intense environment with on a daily basis for 3 years. What I learned, the experiences that I had have really helped really shape me in a lot of ways as a coach. But Peyton in particular, what always stood out to me about Peyton is that he was the same in every situation. I tell our players all the time, you make everything a game-like situation. It's a game rep. And I just think about Peyton at a walkthrough, and if you just watched him in the walkthrough, and you watched his eyes, and you watched his head as he was going through a progression, and you would see just the intensity at which he did that in a walkthrough. And then you put that same camera on him in a game, and you would not be able to tell the difference. But his work ethic, his passion for football, his love of the game, his knowledge of the game is remarkable. And I think most people know that, because that's what's talked about with Peyton so often. But even those that think they know, what everybody says on TV, that doesn't even begin to scratch the surface with his level of focus and his level of intensity. And I've tried to be that, in everything that I do. That's kind of the standard that I hold myself to. And you know, I think it's benefited me in a lot of ways.
Tom, there's no one right way to get where you're going to get in life, but have you thought about your rise with beating out a lot of other people with experience, more experience, I should say, you know, where you started to where you are right now?
I think it's really a great testament to David Blackburn. I think that he's obviously has a great track record of hiring great coaches and young coaches who have been successful, and I'm honored. I'm blessed to be in this type of situation. But I think we've had a great run. I think we've had a great success. We've accomplished some things at John Carroll that I don't know if anybody's ever done in the history of Division III college football, and beating 2 #1 teams on the road. And I'm very confident, but I'm also very humble as well, and I'm grateful. But I do trust that we're going to bring a great staff in here who's going to care a lot about our team, who's going to care a lot about our players, who's going to coach them exceptionally hard and exceptionally well. Our team will be as well prepared as anybody, and I'm very, very confident in that.
All right, anybody, any of the TV guys, do you have any questions for David? We can bring him up real quick, or you can get him. All right, David, you want to come on up? Sure. Good job.
Would you mind explaining how he got on your radar? Who alerted you to him, and how that whole process got underway?
When we thought that, when we knew that Coach Huseman was being recruited by some other schools, and you have to always, we have a saying, we try to always stay ready, not get ready, and so we always keep a research and a succession plan for every area we have, and not that hoping we never need it, but sometimes you do. We began a lot of research internally over a 3 or 4 day period, and then sure enough it happened. But through some connections that we had in the past, they reached out to us, and we reached out to many people, and we knew from those connections that Tom was one of the candidates that we wanted to look at. And when we began to researching, our committee and Scott Altizer specifically said, "Hey, look, this guy right here," and we knew the name, but when you get to watching the tape and how he's able to adjust from a straight drop back to the RPO stuff that they're running these days, and then how he installed and did the progression and his character and leadership, we wanted to get in front of him, and we did, and our values just kind of meshed, and so we're grateful that we were able to do that, and grateful that he's with us.
Was there a mutual relationship with Peyton Manning that had any influence on it?
No, not at all. It's an urban myth. Factually correct. I know Peyton well, as you know, and as our first signing class at another institution, we were there, and obviously Tom knows him. We laugh about it. We never mentioned really in the interview at all that, and Peyton didn't even know we were interviewing him factually, and but obviously does now, and we knew the pedigree, obviously, so it did matter at that point, because I knew Peyton, and obviously Tom did, so there was a connection once we met, but we didn't discuss it in the interview, and that is a true story. So, but yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, we knew they were very similar, and that certainly helped.
David, I asked Tom the same question. Can you, I guess, kind of sum up the confidence you have making a hire when the experience factor? Obviously, the pedigree's there and all of that. The confidence you have in him when you make that hire over others with more experience.
Yeah, it's a great question. People get tied up in names, big names, and many of the big names are great, but I think you have to look past the name and look at the engine, if you will, look at the motor, look at the craft. I really believe you have to pay attention to your craft on a daily basis. And he clearly has done that over a long period of time. And, you know, the question earlier was about levels. If you can coach at high school and be very successful and you do the fundamental things, you know, fundamentally phenomenal, you can do it at any level. And because the variables are the same. The difference is are you recruiting better and are you coaching better? Can you recognize winning effort? Very few can, really, frankly. And then can you demand it every day in the right way? And that's the separator. And it brings great confidence when you know someone can do that. It doesn't guarantee anything, but it guarantees that you got someone that's going to treat our students right and do the best they can for them and our campus and our community.
All right, well, that's it for the Q&A session. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you, guys.